Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we get an update on Tim Swyat's whiskey side hustle. My name is McNew. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Luke Otero, Demetrius Kane, and Tim Swyat.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, guys.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, so we're going to be talking to Tim, what he's got going on in the world of whiskey. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, I'm going to get out the deck of cards here. It's the small talk cards, and we're going to pull one at random. This is the front as I've marked it here. You can see. And then I'm going to draw one from random, kind of in the middle. I'll just go draw one here, and let's see what we got here. Do you have any special skills or talents when it comes to cooking or baking? I will say I'll go first. I do have some talents. And that when it's time to use the grill, I'm pretty damn good at out there on that grill. I can make pretty much anything. Sometimes I'll pre-watch YouTube just to see what they're doing if it's something that I haven't tried before. But then when I go out there and I do it, I'm pretty damn good. And I feel like I'm always trying to get the perfect brisket or the perfect ribs or things like that. And that just continues to be a fun quest. It's just something that you can't. But I enjoy cooking on the grill. And I got a big green egg. I had a Weber for years, and I love the Weber. Always used Weber, and stuck with that up until 5-6 years ago. It hasn't been that long ago. And now switched to the big green egg. Now I'm all in on that. I love that. It's easy. I like how it heats up, and I can control it like I did my old Weber. I had the Weber figured out. It was a fun learning process for this one, and I'm good to go now. I love the big green egg. Oh, so does Demetrius Kane. He's a big green egg fan too, apparently. So
yeah, those are great.
Yeah, they really are great. So love
a little pricey, but
yes, yeah. But you look at that initial cost, and then how many times have I used it? I use it all the time.
Forever.
Yeah, they last forever. So I don't know.
Sponsored by
here's where they get you though. The accessories. You start getting into all that kind of stuff. Yes, you start getting into all that shit, and then it's cool. It helps you all that stuff. But man, that's where you spend your money. And
you can DIY the tables. So I've got the egg accessory table.
Yeah.
I DIY'd it because I saw that they sold it for like $400.
Right. Yeah. Oh, it's not cheap.
And then I looked up the plans and I built it myself.
Really?
Oh yeah.
You can. I wish I could
build these things. We could start our own egg society.
That's cool. I didn't know you had the big green egg. I would have thought, you didn't have one. No. So that's cool.
I have a smokehouse.
It's been an open fire pit with a spit.
Well, so I have.
Yes.
I have a smokehouse.
Right.
But once you smoke the hams and the bacon and all this stuff, then you have to put them somewhere. So
right. The big green egg comes in handy.
It's better on.
I love the egg. Yeah. I I've got it down where you can almost treat it kind of like an oven without smoking or anything like that. You can get whatever heat you want on there. You need high heat, you need low heat. What are you doing? And it's fun. It's just fun to use. I love the Big Green Egg. So,
but you can't move.
That's where it's going. Is can't
once
what?
Once it's home, it never leaves. People
right. Oh yeah.
You or you don't go to them.
Right. So, Demetrius, is that your skill too? Is it on the Big Green Egg, or when it comes to cooking, or baking, do you have any other secret weapons, or would that be it? You think your ability to grill?
So I would say, I love. So I'm kind of a one pot meal person. I love making very simple savory food. So using beef fat, tallow, lard to cook the beans, meats. I love making a meal that you can put in a bowl next to rice and eat with a bread. I don't know. It's like that cowboy cooking, the campfire cooking, something in a pot. I love grilling too. I love working on the green egg. I don't consider working with the green egg actually grilling.
Mm-hmm.
I consider it more of like a mix between grilling and smoking.
Yeah, it's a hybrid for sure. You can kind of focus on either one. I mean, there's actually times when I'm just grilling out there. Like we had a big party last year, hot dogs, hamburgers. So that's just grilling, and you can do that on the Big Green Egg. But you can also, you want something smoked, you can do it pretty good out there with that. So yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's the only downside is it's depending on the size that you get, it turns into addictions.
Right.
Where you end up having multiple. You have like the small one for the green.
Yeah, I got the small one. I got the small one too. Yeah,
and then you get a little bit bigger for like the larger, and
right.
As my wife puts it, she's like, we're getting to the point of a mortgage payment. And I'm just like, let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm like,
right.
Terracotta.
Yeah.
And this has been thousands of years people have been cooking on terracotta.
Yeah.
It doesn't help, but that's where I typically start.
Yeah.
And then I drink a little whiskey and then I just listen.
All right. McNew, do you have any skills when it comes to cooking or I mean, I know you could do the perfect hot pocket. You just get that 45 seconds you actually do 43 seconds, which is that's the key.
That's the key. No, so I always joke about this because I hate making dinner every day. It feels like a chore. It feels unnecessary. Why do we have to do this every fucking day? I don't want to do it. But I can throw down Thanksgiving dinner. I like hosting. I like having people here.
Okay.
And that is like what I like, because I get to show off a little bit, right? And they're like, oh, she freaking did a good job today. I have made the best Thanksgiving turkey for the last 3 years in a row.
Really?
So Thanksgiving has become my jam for some reason, but I'm pretty happy about it. I don't want to do it every day. Like, you can microwave something every day or we can order something, but Thanksgiving.
You famously won't touch raw chicken. Will you touch a raw turkey in preparation?
I get the culinary gloves. Get the little culinary gloves. I'm not freaking touching it, but I make it work. I like shove the butter under the skin and all of that. That's what makes it nice. And I do have gloves on because I don't want to touch it, but no.
Okay. Yeah. All right, Luke Otero. I have no idea how this is going to go. Luke, do you cook anything, and do you have any?
I am great outdoors with my smoker grill.
Okay.
Anything there, and when it's time to not grill here in Santa Fe, I can do our nice. We got a nice stove, and I'm not a good baker, but I can do some great New Mexican meals and whip them up quickly, and red chili, green chili, enchiladas, you name it, I can do it.
Yeah. Baking to me is no fun because it's too sciencey and you got to have exactly this and all that. And I like be more like, I'll put a little of this, a little bit of that. You can't really do that with baking. You must
really good cookies. So I started making them at Christmas and we have too many. So I'll send them to work with Chris. And there's a guy he works with. He's like, tell your wife to make more cookies this weekend.
Right.
So
McNew gets out the old Pillsbury slice and bakes and goes to work.
Cool. So I think we got a KitchenAid mixer. And once we got one of those, I was like, yeah, cookies is fun. It's fun.
McNew's all grown up. I'll tell you what, she's all grown up.
Not getting the tub of cookie dough and just slapping it on a spoonful at a time?
No, so I like to do the sugar cookies with the icing. Like I'll do like homemade royal icing. I like making those. They're fun. I'm not going to say they're beautiful, but they taste good. So
Okay, fair enough. All right, Tim, you're last but not least. Do you have any skills when it comes to cooking or baking?
I would consider the breakfast food category my jam.
Really?
I enjoy the breakfast food category of eggs, omelets, pancakes, and I've been validated by a not living in immediate vicinity family member coming over, spending the night for something, saying that morning, this was a perfect pancake.
Right.
And I'm like, told you guys, what you're eating is excellence. So I do sling up. I enjoy getting up in the morning, slinging eggs, bacon, sausage, vegetables, pancakes, everything like that. I enjoy the breakfast food category the most.
Okay.
Nice.
So, Tim, it sounds like when we expand into Illinois, sounds like I know I have to eat breakfast.
Yeah, Tim's house. Tim's house.
When I finally get that distributor license and get you going, we go see some accounts. That's right.
Perfect.
That's the guy you want when you're a whiskey drinker, though, because you're going to wake up kind of hungover and wanting to. You want the guy that makes breakfast.
Soak up the poison. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'll bring some of my cured bacon.
Now we're talking.
9-month-old cured bacon.
Perfect.
Hanging in the rick house.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've known this guy for 6-8 years now or whatever it is, and I've never tried that bacon. But
you haven't?
No. Well, at the Thanksgiving thing, whatever you had at the Thanksgiving, but that's it.
That was pretty. That
but it's not like you're just like, say, hey, you want some of that? No, I'll never get any of that. Yeah.
Well, I'll bring you some of my bourbon cured bacon.
All right, I want to try that. All right.
See what's happening here? This is amazing.
This is amazing. This is how stuff happens. All right. On that note, it's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? I'm going to go first. I haven't gone first. I'm going to go Boxing Bear. The first Boxing Bear. This one got it started. You can see it on the label. Established 2023, which is kind of cool after the calendar changes. 2024. Oh man, look at this. This is way back in 2023. All right, here we go. All right, that may win. The way things have been going, that just may win. You just don't know.
I didn't hear anything.
Come on now, Mr. Audio. You'll get it on the playback. It was decent. Probably not going to win. It shouldn't win, but we'll see. It's a crazy year. All right, McNew's next.
I have some Hard Truth High Road Rye.
Haro Rye.
Look how cute the little truck is on the label, though.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, I still have the lead. I tell you what, I'm not a guy who I like those old school trucks, and I want one for some reason. I don't know why. I saw one for sale.
I feel like this is so impractical for you because you won't work on it, and it's going to be something that needs attention once a week. You're just going to be like, no, it's just
exactly.
They're cute though. They're real cute, but not for you.
All right, Demetrius is next. What do you got?
Well, I've got my thanks to a recent attempt for the world record.
Yep.
I have my Boxing Bear release number 2.
2, okay. Part of that. Part of our request.
Because apparently Nobleston Distilling House doesn't know how to make a proper cork pop bottle. So, we're working at that.
Okay. No, not there. I think McNew's got the lead. I can't remember. But go ahead, Tim. We'll say she does.
I was going to say, Demetrius, that was, I didn't hear a damn thing.
No, I heard nothing.
That was impressive.
That is a worse than Tim.
Right.
I didn't know you could put below the bottom of the barrel. You found it.
Right.
And I decided to switch up here a little bit. I'm going to switch to my Boxing Bear 2003 as well.
That's the first one.
Yes.
We're supposed to do Boxing Bear 3 there.
I know, and I don't have it because it's at the paid box. So I've got number 1 still. It's all I got.
Oh, there you go. Major mess up there, folks.
Yes, I fucking tried. Right, McNew?
From
the legend on this bottleneck. Let's see.
Nothing.
All
right, Luke, here's where we're at. McNew had a terrible cork pop. She's won with 2 terrible cork pops. She's on the verge of winning with a third one. What do you got, buddy? This is yours to win. It's yours to win.
Okay. I'm going back to that slot B again because it's pretty good from earlier. Let's see. Here we go.
Whoa! I can't hear anything anymore. Whoa, that was a cannon.
Luke wins. Cheers.
I'm always happy to lose to Luke. Cheers.
Jeez. This is a pretty sad night.
Yeah, Luke won 2 and McNew won 3. So there you go. Crazy night. All right. What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Tim's side hustle. He's got a little whiskey side hustle. We'll talk to him about that. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of executive bourbon steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your executive bourbon steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your executive bourbon steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. Oh my God, it's $300 for a 3-foot Jaguar at Total Wine, and I need this. Someone tell Christy needs to buy it for me. I'm McNew, you're listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Oh my God, that was awful. Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking to Tim Swyat about his whiskey side hustle.
Yes, we are. So, Tim, the idea is to build this little bourbon empire. Where are you at on all this stuff? Because you do like whiskey tastings, you do Zoom events, the old flagship. You took that over, so you do that. You're also trying to get a distributor going. Where are we at on all this stuff? Is this all happening?
This is all happening. So the flagship whiskey, thanks to Mr. Akeley getting into another business, had to bequeath that, and I got lucky to be tapping the shoulder. Hopefully, doing it honors. We're every quarter on that now. So I'm moving January into February.
That's
because dry January can go eat a bag of dicks.
Yeah, I hate dry January.
So we're doing February, April, July, and then our All-Star event, which would be 3 nights in October. Okay. So the virtual events are flying. They're doing just fine. The private tasting events are about 2 to 4 a month now.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
It's bad for a side hustle. Not bad. It's starting to make a dent into some things, which is very nice. So those are private events, people's homes. They bring me in because what I sell is the education and the access. So some of that is used for fundraisers as well. So I've got some fundraisers that I'm running where they're selling tickets. On top of that, doing some good causes that you'll see in the upcoming weeks here too as well. And then surprisingly, I've got a new little thing going, working with our friends over at Moonshine University, starting to teach premises certified bourbon steward.
Really? Nice.
Establishments. Yeah. So that's starting up now too. I've got one establishment set up. I'm doing 3 nights of classes now. So not only are they training bar staff, they have patrons that want to join in as well.
Okay.
And that's an interesting turn of events, which has been fun. So that executive bourbon steward class is starting to come into play as well. So it's a lot of fun. And then you mentioned like the third, I'd say probably fourth part of it now is looking into the Illinois laws here to try to find that state and federal distribution license for boutique, unique things. And not looking at taking care of any of the big guys or anything like that, but helping the small shops and different establishments for unique experiences, because I've made the connections for other people and I find that I can do that. Why can't I do that myself? Yeah. So we'll see how that one goes. That's going to be that'll be a more interesting path as some of the folks on this all know on that thing, but we're going to give that thing a try too as well.
Okay. No, it's the natural step from what you've been doing to where you want to go, Tim. So congratulations. That's admirable.
Yeah,
we're going to give it a try.
Absolutely, buddy. That's a good thing.
Yeah, I was happy. I was able to make the Distiller Summit this year, which the General had an absolute blast at as well. I can add on being a judge in a whiskey contest as well to that resume, which has been nice. As fun as that was for the Distiller Summit.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of fun. There's been a lot of nice quick wins here recently at the beginning of the year, and I'm looking forward to this fundraiser. So I've got folks that are bringing in. We have over 25 participants in person. I've done stuff up to 80 people before, which is humbling. It's a bourbon fan just talking fun and talking about it, and I think that's the feedback that a lot of us get that are trying to do this. So we have some friends of the program doing the same thing. Granted, they're in Kentucky. I'm in Illinois, so it's maybe a little bit easier to get some events in Kentucky. It's still hard everywhere else. But I think the education, just being a fan coming from that perspective without an agenda of being tied to a whiskey brand or a distributor and being able to be open to all that content has been great.
Yeah, absolutely. What else do you guys want to know from Mr. Tim here? What he's got going on?
I just want to say you're a great presenter too. So I did your January flagship whiskey and you were a great host, a great presenter. And I think that goes a long way. I think you're probably even better in person. So whoever's booking you is like getting a bang for their buck. So
I appreciate that. It gets a lot of fun because what's interesting is it's hard on these virtual events for people to start asking when they're being recorded. That's one of that's always been the secrets of the flagship whiskey events is once the recorder's off and the questions really start coming, that's when the event happens, before the recorder and after the recorder. And then when you're not recording, you're in person. I get a lot of feedback after the events saying, thanks for not shaming me for asking that question. I can't, the first, I already killed the first thing. There's water at your table to add water to your whiskey when you need to. It's okay to do that. It's okay to drink it however the hell you want. Don't anybody tell you anything different. And like the education part of it, what I love building the samplings with folks that are hiring me is choosing and having them go find other whiskeys they wouldn't have thought of. Well, I never would have touched that one. It's on the bottom shelf. I don't know about Old Monroe. What is that? I've never heard that, but it's on the shelf. The liquor store doesn't even know about the product. They have it on the shelves, which is a shame on the distributor, to your point before, and other topics we've had.
Right.
So I think the education that connected people with the brand and then the people, and then I'll give calls up. Hey, listen, you mentioned that you've been to all these places. Can you help me out with a tour? And now I got to commercialize that. I'll build it for you, make the connections, but it's gonna be a little bit for the effort. I've been helping out, connecting some experiences with people that they would not have gotten at a lot of our friends' establishments, and I'm pretty happy. I'm going down for a corporate event in April with a separate committee that I'm on for our securities regulator, and they end up choosing Bourbon's Bistro. So we've got 70 plus people going into Bourbon's Bistro for a night.
Yeah.
And they're going to get a hell of an experience that they wouldn't have gotten at another establishment downtown that Steve and I would prefer the place across the street. So
I probably like what you're talking about.
McNew's the other side of the
yes.
She's on the wrong side. Yeah.
She's on the wrong side of the street.
I do like both, but I like the one better.
Hey Tim,
it's fun.
Hey Tim, what is there a more memorable event that stands out to you since you've been
Yes.
doing it?
Yeah, so I did an event early when I started this, probably about 2022, maybe, for it was a charity event where I actually invited Stephen Fonte to come on and help me out to close the deal, and it really raised the level of the event. And the charity ended up hitting a bonus where somebody bonused it. They doubled the event, so they ended up making about, I want to say, about $40,000 for the charity.
Wow.
And it was a little heroes league, and it was really, really something. But be able to make a phone call from a connection that I've made in person as well as over virtual in COVID, to do something virtually and to make that kind of impact for about 20 minutes of Mr. Fonte's time to really drive it home, really elevated the event, and it was really something. So I really like those events where you can connect the dots for the charity stuff, which are really nice. And
Yeah.
private events for the private clubs are great, but when you can put a little extra to help in a good cause, those things matter. And it's amazing how the industry comes in together on stuff like that.
You need to come down to my poker games when we got them at Bourbon's Bistro. That's where you can make shit happen. You want to make something happen in the bourbon industry? Come to those events.
Yes.
Dude.
I've been to one night, and I was just in awe. I could not believe I'm sitting in the basement.
Everyone's there.
Everybody was there. The who's who was there. And I was just, that's to the point where you are starting out and you're kind of, and I'm not a shy person either. It's just kind of like a little starstruck. Like, is this really, I'm really involved in this event and I got welcomed down here. I could go sit down at the table if I wanted to. Right. And I'm like, I can't believe I'm here. So there's another.
I invite some of my bourbon people. They'll be like, "I don't play cards." I'm like, "It costs $40 for the night,
exactly.
For the night of entertainment." If I'm like, "Hey, let's just go out and go drink it," you're going to spend more than $40 out there. Yes. By the way, you're with all these distillery owners. They're bringing all their stuff in. You're drinking for free. You spend $40 on the card. Who cares if you lose your $40?
And that's the point. That's the point. And that's the big lesson from that night, Steve, is that it doesn't matter. This industry is not like anything else. Everybody here is to help everybody.
Yeah,
it's really something, and it's just those types of events are very rare. I think that was the first time I met you in person. Was that night too?
There you go. You can pick up the phone after one of those events and call any of those people and be like, "Hey, this is what I'm thinking. What do you?" We met at Bourbon's Bistro. We're playing cards, and they'll be like, "Oh yeah,
yep,
yeah." I mean, I literally met Owen Martin for the first time. Owns a neat whiskey bar. First time, sat next to him playing cards at Bourbon's Bistro. Knew Jason came to the thing, and I've got an event with Owen coming up here. I mean, literally, the next day I was like, "Hey, I got this thing going on. You want to participate in that?" He's like, "Hell yeah, man!"
Yeah, I like his place too. I enjoy.
I know.
That.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, and he's a great guy. So, yeah, but it's all because of cards. So much stuff happens out of that. For sure.
We'll have to talk when I'm down there in April because I'm spending the weekend. So I don't know if you're doing anything in April, middle of April. We'll talk on those days.
Yeah, give me the dates. Maybe I'll show up there and we'll get a game going. Yeah,
I like it.
I got other people want to come in and do that. So, well, anything you want to know, Demetrius, about Tim? You participated in some of his events, so you kind of know what he's got going on.
They've been phenomenal. It's one of the things. I kind of credit some of our growth and success to some of those events. Really, I think you were the first. If I remember right, I think it was the beginning of 2022. One of the very first events that we ever really participated in when we found out that we did weird stuff. I think if you look back on that episode, it was that was the first time I found out that 48-day fermentation was weird.
Yes.
There was a moment of realization after we hung up that phone of going, okay, why are we doing this? But no, it was, I think your events are really, really neat. I think it's something that's definitely needed in our industry. But my question would be for you, Tim, I've never asked you this, and it's funny because we've hung out so many times. You brought multiple groups to the distillery. We've done some amazing picks. What is it that, what is it that really encouraged you to do this? What is that fuel, the fire behind the fuel to do this?
So you heard prior episodes. My whiskey journey started in 2002. Did my first bourbon trail was 2007 with my brother, again in 2009, and then just kept on going from there. And what really, I think the pandemic showed a lot of us, anybody who has a spouse It's for better, for worse, but not for lunch. And you have to you got to find a hobby. And I'm not 46. General's 46. She has a hobby of gardening and science based. I have a hobby of whiskey and education and science based. So we kind of have these hobbies that merge together that are turning into things we can continue on after we're done with whatever pays our bills now. So what really comes down to it is you always say if you work a day and with your passion, you never work a day in your life. You still got to make money. You still have to make the ends meet, and it's got to be fun. So I've taken a real different attitude with this business, and being word of mouth, niche, not a lot of advertising, and just letting it go. I love, Luke, how you put it. We're gonna control the growth ourselves. We're not gonna let the growth control us. There's a lot out there. I'm in for the long haul because I don't have a destination or an end in mind. The passion is having something to do outside of the normal rat race and taking the skills that I've learned from my normal job and applying it here. And it comes down to that education. I enjoy teaching and coaching and helping people overachieve what they thought they could have before. And it kind of falls in line with what I'm doing there. And I enjoy the product and I enjoy the people. So the fuel is a hobby turning into something that might as well, if it's worth doing and you do well at it, might as well do it well, and just keep it rolling. Because I'm beyond the consumer point. I'm beyond the starstruck point of that stuff, and it's just a lot of fun.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, there you go. There's a little bit about Tim and his side hustle, what he's got going on. And sounds like he's having a good time and good things are happening. So very cool on him. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Tim, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Appreciate the opportunity to talk about it, Steve. Thank you for that. And you can find me on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey and Instagram at SwyGuy2112.
All right, Luke.
You can find us at Santa Fe Boutique Wines on Instagram, and you can find me on LinkedIn.
All right, Demetrius.
You can find me at Nobleton's on Instagram, Facebook, or on the web, or at Dimitri Kane on Instagram and Facebook.
All right, McNew.
On Instagram at McNew ABV.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, thatthingsabvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. We put our previous shows or blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop. We've always got a ton of things going on. I mean, we're talking about new barrel picks coming in all the time. We're talking about some of the greatest people from the world of bourbon coming in and tasting out their whiskey and things like that. We also do just like fun classes. You never know. We might have a snack cakes and whiskey pairing, or Girl Scout cookies and whiskey, or sometimes we do educational stuff, Bourbon 101, or, we talk about the different brands and things like that. So you never know what's going on. So head over to abvbarrelshop.com. We can see the class and events that we have coming up. And then just the best thing you can do, though, is just come by and see us. We are in Arnold, Missouri, a St. Louis suburb. We'd love to see you. Come in and see what's going on, because you never know who's going to stop in, too. That's one of the fun components of what we have going on. Sometimes Demetrius just pops in. And so it's one of the coolest things. He's coming to the market or whatever, he'll just pop in. And that's the cool stuff. You never know who might be just sitting at that tasting bar as you come in. So it's a great opportunity to meet some people from the world of bourbon. So check us out online, abvbarrelshop.com. McNew, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I would like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And if you like what we're doing, we ask that you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the Network.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
See ya, everyone.
Later, everybody.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you're in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.